Yeah, we are being live streamed on YouTube.
There we go, everybody. We are live. So we've got a pretty fun course that we're going to be doing today. We're going to be chatting about some of the updates that we've gotten added into listings to leads for you guys. And we're going to go through some of the awesome features and benefits of that platform so that we can help you not only market your current homes that you have listed, but win additional listings through that marketing. So who wants to kick this off? Kelly, I know you've got a really good understanding of this platform, but we do as well. I know you're a little low on coffee right now. So do you want us to kick it off or do you want to kick it off?
Kick it off because I'm still, I just created the lead. I actually went ahead and published it just so we could look at it.
Sounds good. Awesome. So there's a couple of updates that we have added into here in working with listings to leads. We had a couple of questions that we wanted to make sure that we got added into the Facebook lead form. So you guys can see when you go to create a form, if you drop down the form questions, there's quite a bit more information that you guys can add into here. So what is your time frame to sell? Are you buying when your home sells? I'm looking to buy/sell. Are you working with a lender? What is your time frame to buy? How many beds/baths would you like in your new home? And what is your desired price range? Now, we're going to make sure that these are refined and exactly what we want them to be for the beds, baths, and for the desired price range, because we have an IDX integration that is coming very, very soon. There is going to be an additional cost for that. But we do have an IDX option that is coming very soon where we are going to be able to automate all of your guys' saved search alerts when we're gathering that information for the beds, baths, and the price range that particular lead is looking for. You guys, we have tested this for years and years on another platform. And I can tell you when you have a daily saved search alert that is going out to your leads that is based off of the info that they provided to you, you get a ton more traffic on your site and you get a ton more traffic searching for homes, which gives you much more valuable insight when you are going to call and work those contacts or those leads so that you can then convert them into a buyer and sell those homes. So some great additional questions that have been added in. I recommend outside of the name, the email, and the phone number, only ask 3, maybe 4 questions at most. Beyond that 4 questions on your Facebook lead form, you start to see a much higher cost per contact because people have to provide more info as they're filling out that form. So I recommend keeping that information limited, but I would focus on that pertinent info, the number of beds, baths, the price range. And of course, if you guys already have your own IDX that you're utilizing that has a save search function, you can simply go in and add the save search on that particular IDX based off of the info that they provide here. And if you are using KV Core, you can simply do that setup where you add all of your hashtags in on the KV Core platform with the save search alerts, that training that we had done last week. If you guys don't have it, go ahead and jump into our live trainings and you can go and view that. And from there, you guys will be able to see exactly how to set that up if you want that. Then be sure to reach out to us so that we can integrate your KV Core with leads to ROI for those automated save search alerts. But the most exciting part, we do have an IDX feed that is coming very, very soon for you guys. And I've got a couple of tricks up my sleeve with it that I'm not going to announce just yet because it's going to take some time to build it out. But I know you guys are going to be extremely jacked about what we're going to be able to provide with those IDX feeds, not just a website, not just save search alerts, but I'm not going to dive any further into it because we've got a lot of building to make it exactly what we want to be. Yep. But just know you guys are going to be stoked.
It's going to be awesome.
It's definitely going to be awesome. So William, I'm going to let you take it away as I know that you have taken a look into listings to leads quite a bit. Yep. And if you could share with our users a little bit more about what they can do with their listings once they have it uploaded into the platform, because there's so many awesome things.
Absolutely. Yeah. So quick question, guys. How many of you currently have an ad running on listings to leads? Can you give me a yes or a no? And if you had an ad running that is no longer running, also please leave a comment below if you would like us to restart or rebuild another ad for you. Okay, Bernard. Do you want us to get another one set up?
I saw yes.
Have a listing coming up. Okay, awesome. So when you get that listing, just schedule a meeting with me via the website, click the free meeting button, and then we can build that out for you.
Willie, get me involved with that, because when I get a listing, I get more buyer leads at $1 to $1.50 a lead on listings to leads when I put it in there. And just this year, I was able to take one of my listings and I advertised it. I found a buyer unrepresented, make 20 grand off of a $30 ad spend on an ad I ran in Listing Leads. So make sure I'm queued in on that. And I want to make sure that ad gets running for him, because it's going to generate buyers for him.
Got it. All right, awesome. So to give a little overview, I just want to do another full overview of listings to leads and the listings section, how truly powerful it really is. And as Kelly just said right there, you can really do a lot with it. So Bernard, do you care if I go into your account? Yes or no? Thumbs up? All good? Cool. All right, let's go into Bernard's account. Let's see. Looks like I don't have your login credentials, so I'll actually need that from you.
Wait, now you know mine is not set up the way.
Willie, do you mind if I'm already logged into mine?
Okay.
And we can, I don't want to step on what you're doing, but I'm logged in and we can look at mine.
Go for it. Let's do that.
Okay, yeah.
All right, let me share a screen.
I'll take over the mouse.
Okay.
And Trina, so I know that this is your first day being in here. That's one of the cool things about listings to leads is you don't have to have your own listing in order to promote. So since you're with EXP, you can advertise any EXP listings. That is something that is known in the EXP realm. So that's pretty awesome. And there's also a feature in listings to leads, which I will show here in just a second. Awesome. So on the listings tab, right here, we can grab a listing. So I don't know if you saw me do that when we were on our meeting, Trina, but this is exactly what you can do. And so all you have is the MLS listing ID number and the zip code, and it will automatically pull in that data for you.
So a disclaimer, guys, disclaimer. The way to make this maximized, and I learned this the School of Hard Knocks, if you have, the way I do it in Lake County is I'll pull up my MLS and I'll find everybody in my brokerage that has a listing in Lake County. It pulls up. So right now there might be 55 or 60 or whatever. What I do is I go through and I find the one that I want to market that's still active to try to find buyers. At the very bottom, it'll have the agent's name, phone number, and their email. I will either call them or email them and basically say, hey, Jim, this is Kelly with EXP as well. Or if I'm with Keller Williams, hey, Jim, this is Kelly. I'm also with Keller Williams. Congrats on your listing at 123 Smith. Calling to find out if you would allow me to find buyers to make some full price offers or even above ask on your home. Can I include your home in the next paid ad that I'm going to run for buyers? If Jim, whoever says yes, just have them email you. Email them and say, hey, just respond back to this email, say, yes, I can. As soon as he says yes, this, Willie, is when you can do what you're getting ready to show him.
Yep, absolutely. So you add in the MLS listing ID, you add in the zip code. If it's not your listing, uncheck this box that determines some of the back end settings on how listings to leads auto generates the data. You then click grab, and it automatically is going to pull in all of the listing data for that property. And so you'll then end up seeing a little section just like this. And so let's show a little bit of the overview here. Depending on what you set the status as, depends on what the ad itself will say. So if you change the status to active, it's going to auto generate an active ad or a just listed ad for you. So this is one really amazing feature that I personally really love about listings to leads. It's automation at its finest, and it makes it so that as far as advertisements go, with a click of a button, you can change the entire style of ad that you're running. And so for you guys and for us, it makes life insanely easy. And we all know that changing something with just a click of a button is pretty awesome, because Brian and I, we spent years hand building out every single ad, having to pull the pictures off of Zillow or realtor.com, literally screenshot pictures of a listing and go one by one, saving those photos. I can't tell you, I have probably 40 folders on my computer for where I had to save photos for each individual client and their listings.
So
I'm
Willie,
getting anxiety just thinking about it, Willie.
Right?
Willie, the other reason why this is important is right
Yes.
now, this particular home he's looking at is sold. Now, I've sold all of my listings. I'm actively getting ready to list another one. I've got other listings I'm going after, but I've sold 4 or 5 or 6 of my listings in the last month and a half. So everything I have now is no longer active. So when you change it to one of these keys, whether it's just listed active, it changes the marketing digital tools that they give you. So everything changes, even so much so that if you decide to run an ad on this one, if it's active, the content will say something different. Their AI bot will write it so that it's as if it were active. If you change this to pending and you decide to run an ad to a specific geolocation showing them that you just went pending, but there's other homes available, it changes the content for you. It changes the open house page. It changes the letters that you can print and mail. You guys don't even know that. It'll do all of that. But each of these tabs within a split second changes all of the marketing tools inside of listings to leads, giving you 15 different ways to market that property. So I hope that made sense.
Absolutely. And I want to throw one little caveat in on this as well. So I know that this offers coming soon ads. Make sure that coming soon ads for a listing are okay in your market if you plan on running a coming soon.
Don't run one, just my opinion. Don't run a coming soon.
I would check with your local MLS. If it is something that you would want to run, I think it's a great way to get some pre-exposure on some listings. But I would check with your local MLS and make sure that you are allowed to. For example, in Northwest Multiple Listing Service, that goes from Vancouver all the way up to Blaine, Washington on the West Coast, if you run a coming soon ad, you will immediately get fined and be reprimanded by your board.
Brian, I'm about to lose this. I don't want to wait. Do you remember you asked me to run an ad? Okay, can I show this to you real quick? I know we're hot, but I'm going to lose this and I don't want to miss it. Remember you were asking, and just tell me if you can see this. Here is the ad on the page. So can you see what it's asking?
Can you put it a little closer?
Yeah, let's actually, Willie, can you jump into the ads manager and push that ad into Kelly's feed so that we can just.
So can I read it out to you though, Brian? Because you were asking about this. What's your time frame to sell? 1 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 12. Are you buying a home? Yes or no? I'm looking to buy or sell. Buy, sell, buy, sell. Are you working with a lender? Yes, no. What is your time frame? 1 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 12, 12. How many beds, baths? Now on the beds, baths, it just says enter your answer. What's your price range? Enter your answer. So that's what we have right now.
The ad, right, Kelly?
Huh?
This is the ad, correct? The down.
That is it.
Okay, so let's show the ad.
Scroll down. On this one, I tried to get it to see the to learn more, and it didn't bring up the there we go. Sorry.
Okay.
Finally did it.
So they are enter your answer.
So,
Yeah, so
we're going to get with them and see if we can update this to be a drop down. I love that the time frame to buy is the drop down. But I want to make sure that the data that comes through on these every single time is the exact same. So that way we can easily parse it out to our new
I'll
IDX
fire off an
provider.
email to Scott Pierce and Vincent later today about this. So Willie and Brian, just hit me with an email because I know they'll answer my email quickly. Hit me with an email of what you want and I'll send it to them immediately.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think we'll have it at a static set amounts. So
1121223132
Yep.
all the way up.
okay, awesome. So that's fantastic. All right, so I'll shut this ad off for you, Kelly.
Thank you.
Yep, that is off.
Thanks for sharing that with us. We appreciate it.
So jumping back into the listing section, 45 new listings meets your search criteria for.
I typically don't do that because I also use their IVR number, the text to call. And if I did that, it would block out all of my numbers on listings that I'm not going to push right now, because I would rather go and talk to those agents, because it's going to bring them in as active. And I haven't asked them yet. And this thing will automatically start posting it on Facebook for me.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want it to auto post for 45 new listings, right?
No.
That would be a lot. Okay, so to show real quick how simple this is, just clicking to market this listing. Let's look at all of the things that this platform auto generates for you. So number one, we have a Facebook ad. And right here we have a just sold. And so if you were to go more in depth on what this ad entails, it's actually going to drive people to the home valuation landing page as the final step for this. But it also is a lead generation ad. So it's going to collect people's phone numbers, email, name, basic stuff there. Now, again, with any of these types of ads, real quick, just to show you, this is the advanced options section. And in the advanced options section is where you can come in. And if you want to add any of those questions, all you have to do is click to create new form. Now for Kelly here, it looks like in order to do that, we have to.
No, I've got it. Go down to where it says pages. If this happens to you, click it and go to real estate keys. That's already connected.
Okay,
I have like 15 to 20.
Kelly has multiple Facebook pages. That's the issue that we're running into there.
Got it. Okay, so by clicking create new form, that is what is going to populate the lead form questions. And so in here, automatically, it's just going to have full name, email, and phone number as the main three. And the form questions is here where you can turn on and off whatever options that you want. Now, as Brian mentioned, we do suggest not going over 3 to 4. Honestly, probably 3 is about that lucky number.
Yeah, three is the sweet spot.
Yeah, it's the sweet spot. We've ran thousands and thousands of ads, and those 2 questions right there, the beds and baths, desired price range, those 2 are awesome. And you get that data with every single contact at a low cost per lead still. So just something to note there. And then down here at the completion page is where listings to leads is going to actually have that secondary section where it's going to try to drive the lead to the landing page that is auto generated from listings to leads.
Or you can put your own landing page on there.
You can put your own. But I will say one thing that I want to check is with Ben Cardona, because I did that. I edited Ben's and we did have an issue. So I do want to check one other account before we suggest that to everybody. But Kelly, have you done that?
Lots of times. Never had a problem.
Okay, then.
Now, where the problem comes in, Will, is when you use a redirect page. So if I go and put a bit.ly there or a rebrandly link or something that's going to take them from there to another page, Facebook, that's a big no-no.
Actually, you know what I just thought of is that we actually did that in Facebook's ads manager instead of in listings.
That will hurt you because Facebook will say, nope, ads decline, go and fix your errors. And it's going to be that because they treat that as spam. So guys that are listening, when you run an ad, either use their landing page or use one of the funnel pages that we give you inside of listings to leads, leads to ROI. So use one of our funnel pages to drive them there. That's what you want to do, but don't ever go and like do a short URL or a bit.ly. That will get you, that'll get your ad kicked out.
Yeah. So if you want in here, you can then copy and paste in, like for example, the new booking with me, the new booking calendar landing page that we gave everybody. You can copy and paste your booking calendar website right in there, and anybody who submits their information on the ad will automatically see that and can schedule an appointment with you. I think that would be a great way to do that. So moving forward now, when you pull open the advanced options, you can do a lot of different things in here. So this essentially is all of the other options that you would have if you were to build this ad out through Facebook's ads manager, right? Except it's a little bit of a visually easier format for you guys. Everything's all just in one place, and it's mainly just the main stuff that you need. So changing the primary text for the ad copy, it's listed in here. Listings to leads has already put in all of the data and the ad copy. So I think that's pretty awesome that it auto generates all of that. That's funny right there. Extra
Happens all the time with them. Their AI does that.
Yep. But I love that they auto generate these little hashtags, keep it up to date. It's got the little graphics here for the emoticons. Little things like that really do just make it pop a little bit with the ad itself. Now, if you want to change any of the headlines, descriptions, you can. This call to action, again, we have used Learn More with every single one of our ads that we've ran since the end of time.
Here's a neat little trick. Willie, go to description and click it a couple times till it brings it all up for deletion. Delete it. Type in the word C. Now, go and pick one of those. I picked the first one that just came up, Clickler. I do these. Now go up to the ad, and this will explain why I do it. The ad on the right. There you go. See, I'm trying to drive them to, now this is for optimized for mobile, but I'm trying to drive them to learn more. I've found that sometimes you just have to tell people what to do, right? And that is as simple as it gets. Click learn more with fingers pointing to learn more. I'm trying to get them to click that freaking learn more. So that's just a little ninja tactic, guys, you can use on the description.
I like that. And is that something that
once you type it in, it remembers it.
It remembers it. Okay.
And so I did like 5 different versions of it. So when I highlight the description and exit out and just type in the word C, that's what it does.
Awesome. Now that's something new to me. Thank you, Kelly. All right. So as far as targeting, now you can change this dependent on if you're in a large vacation area, for example. That is something to think about. Whether you want to have this at people living in this location or people living in or recently in, that is 2 very big differences, right? And that's something to note. If you live at Disneyland, you might have a lot of people that are on vacation and don't actually want to move to Florida. So that's something to think about compared to people actually living in the location. So something to think about for detailed targeting options there. And then we have the interest section here. So the interest section is technically detailed targeting options where you can add in the Zillow and Trulia and Realtor.com and Homes.com, things like that. So this is going to take a while for it to pull up, but so I won't sit here and take 10 minutes trying to load every single one of them, but definitely add in all of your interests for the housing. That is one good way to make sure that your ad is being shown to people that are already put in those detailed targeting categories. And one of the things that we are seeing a huge shift in with Facebook is actually this targeting options section. So to give an example, Kelly, you actually just sent us a screenshot
Yes.
talking about the Facebook pixel. So the Facebook pixel is actually going to be pushed out and no longer used by the end of 2022. So I find that, I mean, that kind of blows my mind personally, and I'll be interested to see what they're phasing in to take that over. But essentially, that kind of tells us that as far as targeting options go, Facebook's AI is just getting so sophisticated that it knows who to target for you, and its audiences options are going to be so powerful that you're going to be able to just put in and it's going to know what to do. So
Couple other things, Willie, before we move off of here.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this, guys. When you are doing these ads, okay, depending on the ad you run, I want to give you some really neat strategies to do ads maybe a different way than what you're thinking. So let's say that you have areas that are, have some 55 plus communities, right? I would go and Google top 10 zip codes with 55 plus populations. And you're going to find there's 10 of them that have massive populations, and they're going to be up north over in California, Jersey, Virginia, right? So you literally can create an ad for a 55 plus home, and you can run that ad by going up here and changing this to a zip code. So let's say the zip code was 34711, which is mine, but let's say that was somewhere up north, or a city that's a high concentration. While you can't tell the ad to only go to 55 plus, if you're running the ad in an area that has a massive concentration of 55 plus, you can then start to develop conversations with people up north looking to move to Florida. Great opportunity to do that. Here's another ad you can run. Go and find zip codes in California and New York City. These people are getting state income taxes. They're getting taxed out the butt. They're tired of the COVID restrictions, right? These wealthy people have money to spend. Go and find properties that would be good investment, like some areas that have Airbnb potential, or areas on a chain of lakes, or areas on the ocean, right? Go find those homes, get permission to go ahead and try to find a buyer. Go to find these wealthy zip codes and run an ad through here for people looking to invest in Florida for investment properties. That's another cool segmented type of ad that you can run. So anyway, Willie, I was thinking about that today, and this is something these guys could be doing if they really wanted to. $5 a day on that ad. What if you get a millionaire in California that says, hey, I'm interested, find me an Airbnb, I'm ready to drop some money. Angela, you had a question? Okay. Well, okay. Anyway, Willie, I just wanted to throw that in there because I was thinking, we've done all this training on it, but these are two different avenues that people can go after. That's different than just trying to find buyers and sellers locally. Anyway, I was just thinking about that.
absolutely. Yeah. And also, guys, if you're doing a really personalized campaign like that, again, no reason why you can't build out your own custom landing page to then send those people to in your text or email campaigns. So really personalizing your campaigns is always a smart strategy. So moving back to the Facebook ads, you guys can go super in depth. You can edit all of these things if you really want to. You can also just scrape the surface and put in the location, put in your budget, and click go. But sitting, personalizing a little bit takes 5 minutes, and you've got an awesome ad that's set up and running. Now, the next section in here, we can zoom through a little the rest of these, but we've got social media posts that auto-generate. And so this will actually go for your Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Listings to Leads actually just added Instagram. So you can auto post on 4 different platforms now. So that's awesome. And you can also now share that social media post with your sellers. So this is all great data to be able to send over. And I'm pretty much, in my mind, this is an electronic presentation.
Yeah. Well, right here, Willie, let me take up for a second.
Yeah.
This is, so let's say, Willie, that you're my listing. Okay. William Grader is my listing, and this is your home, right? If you want to really impress your homeowner, simply put his email right here, send this to him. Now I'm going to send it to myself, and it'll go to my email in just a minute. What this is, it's going to tell him, Mr. Grader, this is Kelly, the real estate ninja. I just wanted to share this quick email. Here is a sample that you can share with all of your family and friends on social media. It's an easy link for you to click. It'll auto-populate and let everybody know that your home's for sale, and just simply ask your family and friends to share this on their pages. And this gets him involved, helping you help him sell the home. And it shows him that you're different, because there's no other real estate agent. Let me see if I found it yet. Let's see if it came through. There we go. So here it is. So this is what came through to your seller. And all he has to do, it's going to tell him to take this link and share it on his Facebook page. That's what that whole email does. So there's his website, Willie, and that's what that seller social media, getting your seller involved. And when you do that, guys, they're going to really be like, oh my gosh, Willie Grader's got it going on. Look at this guy created this thing for me. It just gives you credibility. It makes you become very dangerous, and no other agent's doing what we just did. This little thing right here, nobody in your market's doing that. And it sets you apart. That's what that's for. And I share that with every one of my sellers. And Willie, they all hit back and say, man, that's cool. Did you make that? You know what I tell them?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I made it every time I make that payment.
And so Kelly, is it okay if I actually copy and paste that link into your Facebook?
Yeah, grab it.
Let's
Copy.
actually show everybody what this will look like if I post
Just
it.
scroll up. So basically, William is my seller. He's taking the link I just gave him in the email, and now he's going to share it with his sphere of influence. It even gets better than this, Willie. Okay, post the link, but the email also tells you what to say. Once that posts, you can get rid of that.
Yeah, and as Kelly mentioned, guys, after you've pasted this in, you can actually delete the hyperlink. So you can delete that. It'll keep the graphic, it'll keep the URL, and it'll look much better. And now you can put in your own little blurb.
And the email, Willie, go back to the email.
Okay.
Click it. Now, copy all of that down there. Copy that whole thing, but don't do the last one, because that's just the same thing. Copy that and go post it. This is what you're telling your seller to do. And all of this is created for every one of you guys. We just bought go back up. We just bought our new home from the Ninja Real Estate at brokered by eXp Realty. Now you can change this. That looks a little dirty, but that's what I gave them. And we want to recommend Ninja Real Estate to everyone, doing an excellent job for us. If you're thinking about buying or selling and want a free instant home value, click below. You can also reach Ninja. So they're not only promoting their home, they're promoting me.
Absolutely.
Cool, man.
Double promotion. So pretty awesome setup there. Now jumping back into listings to leads.
Go to the next tab.
Oh, yeah, this is the website. So here we are. Okay, so the next section is the e-flyer for sellers social or sphere of influence, excuse me. And then also, guys, I know that we showed this in one of our other trainings, but you can also copy this code and paste that into the HTML builder inside of Leads to ROI as well. So this one is for your seller's social media, so that's not going to be one that you want. But with these e-flyers, you can copy the code and paste that into the HTML builder and have it in the system for yourself as well. So
Go ahead and walk through that really quick too.
okay.
It's been a while since we've shown them how to do it.
Yeah.
It's super, super simple.
All right. So under marketing, and we have the HTML builder. Let's create a new template.
A nude template. What? Dang it, man.
Oh, come on, Willie. Keep it or Kelly, keep it PG.
I like the new little graphic there. That's cool.
Custom code.
All right. So in here, we have the custom code. And there's also a button right here. So we can delete that. Kelly, are you able to delete that? Is it not doing it on my side?
It's not doing it.
Where I would actually go is actually under emails. And then from emails, if you click create email on the right side,
Do it. Blank
at the
HTML.
bottom, there is a HTML import. So let's click on the HTML import, and then we should be able to delete the code on this one because we're just gonna have code on the left side of the page and the actual HTML on the right. So now we would just go in, and if you can click at the very top line, Kelly, and then hit just Control A so that it copies everything. And then go ahead and delete, and then paste in that code.
Control V.
Yep.
Haha, look at that,
Now
guys.
you've got the code now you've got the email that pastes directly into leads to ROI from listings to leads so that you can send those emails out from the internal database.
How powerful this looks. Go back up for a minute, Willie. This is what you're sending to your seller for him to give to his sphere of influence. Hey, listen, we created this e-flyer to let your family and friends know that we blah, blah, blah. This is amazing. No other agent's doing this level of not even really marketing. It's just massaging your clients so they understand they picked the right agent for this job. This is good stuff right here.
Absolutely.
And by the way, I do this. I do this same process for all of my listings. They get this.
Awesome.
And here's another really cool thing that you can do with this, especially since we are getting the beds and baths question dialed in with listings to leads and the price range. So here in about 6 months, if everybody starts running an ad, as soon as we have that set up, in 6 months, you should have about 100 people that are looking at each one of those kind of beds and baths with price ranges. So what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to walk into a listing presentation. You'll be able to show them your organized database and say, hey, the reason you want to work with me as the agent to sell your house is that I've got 100 people right here that are interested in buying a home that's 3 beds, 2 baths, and that is between this particular price range. I've got a database that I'm going to farm this out to right out of the gate. And then you guys can take this email and you can go in and set up a trigger to blast this out, or just from the main contact section, you can blast this email out to everybody that's looking for a 3-bed, 2-bath house that is in this price range and put it right in front of all of those buyers that are currently in your database. It doesn't get much more powerful than that, especially when it comes to presenting to win a listing. So some awesome stuff that you can do with this, with these marketing materials.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So back to listings to leads. There's the nearby homeowners letter. Now, Kelly,
Yes,
how much have you used this?
a lot. So Scott Pierce from LTL has a complete training on this. He said that a lot of the agents that use this nearby homeowner letter, when they take a listing and sell it in a neighborhood, they're getting between 3 and 8 listings in that neighborhood within 6 months.
Wow.
And the letter is done for you, complete with your branding. You just print it because y'all know I'm a big direct mail guy. So I'm going to do postcards as well, but you print this letter full color and you mail it. And what I would do is I would use my mailbox power to pull that entire neighborhood up and only look for people that have been living in their home for 5+ years that have equity. They would get my letter. I'm not going to send my letter to everybody. There might be 3,000 people in that neighborhood. I'm going to go find 200 to 300 of them that statistically and probability and statistically are going to be my client this year. And they're going to get that letter. That letter, click it. It's a freaking amazing letter. Hey, did you know that we just sold this home and it's going to increase your property value, right? Pick any one you want, Willie, and download it. We'll open it.
Okay.
I would also recommend when you're moving these folks over to Mailbox Power, put them on a drip campaign.
You got it?
Put them on a drip campaign and send multiple letters out to them over the course of 6 months. The reason that I say that is that, and when I worked for Zillow, we had more data at our fingertips than any other real estate company in the world, and that's just a matter of fact. They have 300 million unique users on their website every single month. And one of the things that we found is that when somebody would submit a home valuation request, 80% of the time that home was listed and sold within a year. So when somebody is actually looking up the valuation of their home and they're interested in seeing how much they can sell their home for, 80% of those folks were selling within the course of 1 year. It doesn't mean that they sold with the agent that got the lead, but the house actually went up, was listed, and was sold within that year. So one of the things that our top performing agents did that others did not was consistently follow up with those leads that submitted for home valuation requests. And so that's one of the reasons why I say be sure to continuously follow up with these folks with your direct mail letters. After you send out your first one, get a campaign going on Mailbox Power and keep that drip alive, because it'll give you a much better opportunity to win and convert that homeowner that may be thinking of selling their house.
Awesome.
There's the letter. There's your letter right there, Willie.
Great.
It's so different. It's not the normal real estate letter where they type in with the generic font and, hey, did you, right? This is a freaking amazing letter because it's powerful, but it's very short and sweet. And it's got links. And did you see the QR code they created, Willie?
Yes, sir.
That QR code, when they scan it, I'm going to get an email and a text that quick when they scan it. And I'm going to know that somebody opened up this letter.
That's amazing. That is amazing. So you are printing these off in color, and then you are personally going and sending these out, or are you?
Hang on. This is what I do, Willie. Are you ready? This is so freaking simple. I print. My printer's right over there.
Okay.
In just a minute, it's going to go, oh, there it goes. And yes, on these, I can do one of two things. I can print 100 of them or 200 of them. I can self-address the envelopes. I can stuff it, or I'm lazy. I will save this. I will send it to my mailbox. Those, I bet you didn't know. Those of you that listen probably didn't know you could do this. I will send it to Mailbox Power as an attachment. I will attach that letter to a custom audience. So all of the people in that neighborhood, they will print the letter for me. They will stuff the envelope and address it like it's handwritten, and they will mail it for me. It's about $1.05 a letter. I would rather pay them $225 to mail out 200 letters than me to print them, stuff them, address them. And you see what I'm saying? I can do it on my own for about $110, or I could pay them 200. I'd rather pay them 200. And yes, I can do either one. And you better believe that letter gets sent out.
Yeah. Fantastic. No, and that's, if it's really only that much more, then that seems more realistic to have them do it. I didn't know that was a feature of the Mailbox Power.
Now I'm working with them on getting this letter to HTML so we can drop it inside. And if we've got their emails, send it to them via email. Because I'm also working with, and I'll talk to you guys about this later, the appended data with John Pope. We can send him a list that we pulled of a neighborhood, and for X amount of dollars, he can pull whatever email addresses he can find.
That's awesome. We can also run some appended data as well. I think our cost on something like that is about 4 to 6 cents per appended data that's
Willie, go
pulled.
drop that into leads. You
Doing
just
it right now, buddy.
if we can do this, then I just learned something. What we have in leads to ROI is freaking amazing. Just get rid of that whole thing. You want me to do it? What I got to do? I got to go all the way to the top.
Control A. Just click Control A. And then delete. And then Control V.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, you can take back over. I'm going to see what it looks like. I cannot believe we just did that. Because there's something else we're not talking about today, but I can create free websites for FSBOs, and this will generate a letter for my FSBOs, and I can go in and I can email all my FSBOs with this letter. Do you get that, Brian?
Oh, absolutely. I'm
had
picking
no
up what
clue
you're
we could
putting
do
down.
this. I just learned this with you guys. This is amazing.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
now
this
ready
is,
to start sending this out to my FSBOs.
let's look at this way. I mean, knowing that we can take this letter and we can import it into an HTML to send as an email instead of putting it on someone's doorstep, right? So that means that we have free delivery essentially of this letter to them. So it really saves the cost. Now, if we were to go into remind.com and we were to take a look at Remind and say, let's just dive into that particular neighborhood, we can actually pull that exact list of homeowners that we're looking for that have been in their property for 5 years, have at least 25% equity in their home. And we can pull them within, let's just say a 2-block radius of that property. And we can then go ahead, take that list, import it into your database, and then go ahead and send out an email blast to those folks, letting them know that that home recently sold in that marketplace.
Amazing.
There's a couple things you also want to make sure that you do at that point in time. Number one, you want to make sure that you validate the emails upon importing them to make sure that they are valid emails. So that way you don't end up in spam. You need to make sure we're sending out to validated emails. But that would be huge. I would send a mailer campaign out to them, and I'd also send them an email. And you got to make sure that at the bottom of your email, you do have an unsubscribe link. But we can show you guys how to add that in another training because it's fairly simple to add in an unsubscribe link from our email builder. That's amazing.
Look at all of these listing flyers that you can either get the code, send it in an email, or you can send it as a letter. That's pretty cool.
Actually, I don't know if we can.
All you have to do is download it.
Yeah, but the other one had
the other one gave you the code. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Stuff it like this.
I mean, here's the thing: if it downloads as a PDF, you can always just add it as an attachment.
Yes,
that's true. Yeah,
it doesn't have to be the email that gets sent out, but it can be the attachment to that email that gets sent out.
Absolutely.
So,
I mean, postcards and door hangers, you guys, if we go back and we take a look at that list as well of all of the different things that we have to offer. When I was 13 years old, I worked for Pizza Pipeline in Spokane, Washington. And I had a couple of college students that would pick my buddy Adam and I up every day, and they would drive us to a new neighborhood. And we would go and we would hang flyers on people's doors, and they paid us like $10 an hour to do it, which no, it was less than that. It was like $8.45. It was minimum wage in Washington State at the time. So we got paid minimum wage to go door to door and hang these door hangers. You guys have door hangers that are available here in Listings to Leads, those postcards and door hangers that you guys could drop off. You could very easily pay one of your kids or a neighborhood kid that's looking to pick up some more money, that's in high school, that has a driver's license, to go to your neighborhoods and go and flyer the crap out of the entire neighborhood of these door hangers and just go and throw them on people's doors.
And all you have to do is send this to your printer. I didn't think about that. I've got a local printer I can send that to, and it's good to go. Willie, have you seen the done for you videos yet? I know we're kind of getting close to time here.
Yeah. The YouTube listing videos?
No. Okay, so go ahead and show them that, and then I want to show you two more things that you guys probably didn't know that we had access to, and they can put directly into leads to ROI.
All right. Well, for some reason it's saying this.
I might have taken this video down.
Okay.
But guys, every listing that you have, this thing will do a YouTube video for you.
Yeah.
You just have to have a YouTube channel that it's with.
And you can also click to generate the YouTube video.
Yeah, I don't want to do one on that one. That sale's done.
That's
But yeah, I create YouTube videos on all of my listings, and I use those on Facebook, Insta, Twitter. You get to pick whatever music you want. We'll do another training on that.
sounds good.
So go ahead.
Yeah, no, you go for it.
All right. So I want to show you guys two quick things so we can finalize our time here that you might not have known you had. First of all, let's go to library. Okay. Guys, you need to go into your LTL. Right here, you've got PDFs. Okay. Let me go on. Bear with me, guys. So you've got images available to you. You've got, I just found this. You guys, bear with me. I apologize. There's your YouTube videos, Willie.
Awesome.
Okay, so just bear with me.
Did you figure out how to take the images and then create a video out of it? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm struggling right now because I was just here and I wanted to show this to everybody. And dad blame it if I forgot where I was.
Did you say dad blame it?
Yeah, I did.
I've heard dad gummit quite a few times. That was one of my football coach's
Oh,
favorite things to
geez.
say. Dad
Man, I
gummit.
wanted to show this to everybody. This thing is amazing.
What about the media from L2L? That says
Okay, that might be okay. Thank you. All right, so guys, go into library, go to media from LTL. You need to go in and download all of these PDFs. So here's an example. Okay, these PDFs are branded to you, right? So you can edit things on. I'll download it. I'll download the English. They're also Spanish, right? I'll save it. I've got a file on my computer that says PDFs. Guys, here's what it looks like. There's 50 of these you guys have access to. Check out this PDF, branded to me, right? Home evaluation link built in. This is a professional looking PDF, right?
Awesome.
So all of these PDFs you guys need to get because you can use this as content inside of your emails if you want to send a one-off email. But here's the one I wanted to show you guys. These are done for you videos. So check this out. Here's one for down payment assistance. Check this out. And you can download this and it's generic, right? I can download this. Check this out. I just closed it. Check it out. And I closed it. Come on. There we go.
Are you over 30 and still renting? No worries, we can help. It may feel like a down payment is totally out of reach, but there are actually a lot of down payment assistance options that could help you. Download this free guide and get insight into the many down payment assistance.
So they gave you a video. They gave you a PDF guide. Can you imagine this video, the PDF guide, and some content in your email? Now you've got an email that there's no other agent doing. Brian, we were talking about the videos that a certain somebody's been doing. They just gave us tons of videos to download. And guys, all you need to do is right click it, save video as, it'll be an MP4 and call it whatever you want, blah, 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 whatever, and save it to your video tab. Same thing with your PDF. So now you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 done for you videos, and they're adding more every month for you guys. They're generic, so they're not branded to anybody, and they're linked to your PDF guides, which are branded to you. So what a power, and this is all brand new, guys. They just released this that you can use inside of Listings to Leads. Willie, did you know we had this?
I did not know we had this.
That is ridiculously exciting.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. When they showed me this the other day, I was like, man, I got to tell the guys. But guys, those are still with us. You got access to this. You should be downloading this and going to Leads to ROI and creating some really cool emails.
I got one more thing to show.
Go for it.
So I'm gonna actually take the screen share back over.
Okay.
So one of the things that I'm looking into is your blog posts here that we have. So if we click on these WordPress blog posts, you can see that we can copy this HTML code. So we can go in and we can preview one of these, see what it looks like, and we can say, hey, you know, I really dig this. So one of the things you could do is actually copy the code here. you can create your own simplistic little,
Oh, I like
you can
that.
create your own little section on your page for blog posts. And so we can go ahead and we can jump in here, throw some HTML code in. So what we do here is if you just click to add in, let's actually do this from scratch.
Yeah, I was just
So if
gonna,
we did a full width from an actual row, you can click to add a row, add one column, and then from here, you can go ahead and add that custom HTML, so JS or HTML. From there, we just open the code editor on the left and paste that code on in. Now, I already have this saved, so what you would do is you would hit yes, save right here. What I would also do is I would add some custom links at the bottom to other pages that I've already created with different listing addresses. But if we just go ahead and save this and preview it, you guys, this is what it's going to look like. So we've got the Kelly's logo at the top, Real Estate Ninja blog. And then you can see we've got the actual address of the property, the info from there, and the photo right then and there. So it's all right here, right there in your face. What I would actually add in here at the bottom as well is I would add in a couple of links to other listings that were similar to this one that you currently own.
Yep.
Right around that price range. That would be absolutely huge. But there's no reason that you guys couldn't go in and start generating blog posts with the listings that you have from listings to leads inside of your leads to ROI. And this actually gives me another thing to add in here for you guys. So we will also work on getting a blog section added in with the website because we are going to be getting a real estate website for you guys in the upcoming weeks to a month. We've got to tie this IDX in and get all of that stuff dialed in exactly the way that we want it. But we'll also add a blog post function in for you as well, so that you can start adding your listings in as a portion of a blog. And then I believe what we will also do is do some courses down the road again on conversion.ai and how you can write out 1,000 word blog posts in the matter of about 20 to 30 minutes so that you can post those onto your site. So
guys,
really exciting stuff we can bring to you guys.
When it comes to organics and SEO, things like conversion.ai and building out these blogs are what truly grow your SEO reach. And so being able to have that, and we also have Yext, which pushes out your data to over 150 search engines. So to really grow that SEO reach, there's so many things at our fingertips, and I'm excited for our future. Does anybody have any questions before we end today's training? You're muted, Bernard.
Just unmute yourself if you have a question.
Okay, I got a question about the phone calls. When the one wants to get the lead, the phone calls, well, my phone calls come in, but I never had get nobody on the other end of it.
Okay, so I wonder if Bernard's still got the old.
No, because I talked to Brian Cardone. He said he's having the same problem too.
Okay. We did push a update live to all accounts, so that setting should have been changed in the workflows for that. But I know that you and I did a customized campaign before we had set that up, so there
Right.
might still be a trigger that's running to an old setup. So
Okay.
I can look in your account and figure that out. We actually changed it now so that the way the workflows work is it's actually set up for manual actions now. So it adds all of those callers, it adds all of the leads into the manual actions section in the CRM. So let me actually show on the right screen. I think so. Okay, so here under contacts and then manual actions. So this is going to be where all of your leads will be listed, and you can actually, so this is an account with a ton of extra users, but for you, it's just going to be, you'll log in and you click let's start, and it will actually call through every single one of your leads for you. So
Oh, okay.
a really awesome setup. Brian did a great job with this and adding that addition into the workflow builder. So I'll check your account and see if, make sure that that setup is all done properly. And so
Okay.
I also
All right.
remember you wanted to, you commented earlier when we first started, and you want to build out a new ad, correct?
Right.
So why don't you and I just jump on a Zoom right after this? Sound good?
Okay. Good.
Cool. We'll check out your account. We'll get an ad, build it, and we'll get rocking.
We'll also
Okay,
run a
sounds
couple
good.
more tests with the phone number as well.
Yeah.
Okay, good enough.
Any other questions for anybody?
William, where did you say to go to schedule a call with you?
Yeah, so just go to our website, go.leadstoroI.com, and then the second button down on the page says
Gotcha.
free meeting in big bold letters. And
Got it. Okay,
that'll be
cool.
on my calendar. Okay,
That's what I thought. Okay, thanks.
absolutely. Thank you. Any other questions? I think that about sums it up for today's training. Thank you, everybody, for joining. And the end of the training, our next training will be on our system. So thanks for joining, everybody.
Thank
Okay.
you guys. Have a great day.
Thanks.